It's been a while since I've done a group build, but this month I'm a guest of the Four Horsemen. Don't go away. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Fat Guy Productions. I am Paul, coming to you as always from beautiful Las Vegas, Nevada. And indeed, I am a guest of the Four Horsemen in this month's build. Why? Well, it's a no-brainer. It's a first responder build. So let's get to work. So as soon as I agreed to do this build with the Four Horsemen, I knew right away I had some ideas. I really like this Baja thing. I was picturing, we live in the desert here in Vegas, and the Clark County Fire Department doesn't really have some kind of a big desert response vehicle. We do have a posse here that does desert and off-road rescues and stuff like that, but that's not part of our department. And I thought this could be a really cool project. So I went out and I got a bunch of stuff. But while I was doing it, I found this casting, which caught my eye, and I thought this was kind of cool looking. So I picked up a fire pickup truck and a squad car, and I got all this stuff so I could kind of work things out and figure out what I wanted to do exactly. Since I didn't really know exactly what I was going to do, I just had these kind of loose ideas floating around in my brain. I decided to just start taking everything apart so I could kind of put things together and put them up against each other and see what clicked. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and get both of these Hot Wheels apart. I'm going to get those green lights stripped down, get the parts all that I want. I've got a big four-wheel drive truck because I was thinking about maybe something lifted, like almost like a monster truck. But I really am not landing anywhere specific yet. So I just figured the longer I play with these cars, the better chance I have of something popping into my brain. Now, of course, every casting needed to be taken apart the same way. You got to drill out the rivets and you got to pry the bodies apart and get these broken down to their component pieces so I can kind of just dry fit things together and see what they kind of look like. So, here's a base. It's got some off-road wheels, and here's the body of one of the castings. It's all the same, but I figured the longer I play with this stuff, the better chance I have of coming up with a solid plan. I will say, so far, nothing I've seen has changed my mind about using this Baja vehicle. I really think this has got a cool look, and I'm thinking if I could get the fire suppression skid out of the back of that green light pickup truck, maybe I could fit that into the back of this, maybe lift it a little bit, so that's kind of where I'm thinking I'm going to go right now. I just really dig the look of this thing. And like I said, if I could get that fire protection skid mount from the pickup truck and get that included into this, that could actually be pretty cool. Now, the green light stuff, all I needed to do was take them apart to get the pieces I wanted. I wanted the fire suppression stuff. I wanted the red heads and things like that. I didn't really need to do anything more to them, but to both of the Hot Wheels, I'm going to drill out and tap the posts so that they would be ready to go before I go ahead and drop them into the stripper. But although I'm still leaning towards the Baja vehicle, I'm not discounting the other one yet, just because it's got such a cool look right out of the package. I really dig that. So it's still up in the air what I'm going to do, but be that as it may, I need to go ahead and get everybody ready for screws. So I do have the Baja Beast stripped down. I've got the Fire pickup truck stripped down, and I do think this little suppression package would fit in the back with a little bit of work. So that's a very promising thing right there. Okay, everything is torn apart and ready to go. So I'm going to use Adobe Illustrator and some photos that I took, and I'm going to start to make an outline of the body. All right, then once I have the body outlined and just a few of the details put in so I can get a really good look, then I can go ahead and start putting in color and logos and all the other stuff that will really take this home. Okay, here you can see just how easy it is now to see this thing in white. Not that I have any intentions of doing it in white, it's just checking the artwork, making sure that it encompasses everything I need it to. So we've got it in white. We can quickly just change it to yellow because Clark County Fire Department ran yellow rigs, yellow with blue. So now we've got it yellow, and I can go ahead and bring in some of the fire department's logos and such and put them on here and test fit things and see what speaks to me. And frankly, nothing is speaking to me. This just, it really isn't working in my mind. I'm not feeling this. So I tried stuff on the other casting, and lo and behold, look at what I came up with. Man, I love this, and that is 100% what I'm going to be doing. So after I figured it out, I scaled all the artwork for decals, and I painted the entire casting yellow. I had to prime everything first because it's a metal body and a plastic fender setup. So I primed it all, painted it with Tamiya yellow, and now I'm ready to go ahead and put those decals on. I love the way this looked in the computer, and so I'm really hoping I can pull this off because I really love the look of it. Honestly, that's one of the things that you have to keep in mind if you're going to do one of these builds or something like that. You have to be real flexible. I was really sure that I was going to use that other vehicle, but just when I started laying out logos and stuff like that, I just wasn't feeling it. It wasn't working, and so I just kind of went over to the other casting and started doing stuff, and it all worked. It clicked. So I changed up, and this is where we're at. So anyhow, all these decals I made myself using my iColor 560, printed them out, and they're just water slide decals, and now I can go ahead and put them on the casting and let that all dry before I move forward. So once the decals are on and 1,000,000% dry. You don't want to do this step before the decals are thoroughly dry. Once that happens, you can go ahead and seal them in underneath some clear coat. And here I'm laying down that magnificent clear coat I get from Diecast Graveyard. Paul Bechtel, one of the 4 Horsemen, and the gentleman who invited me to participate this month. Great guy, a friend, and he makes a great clear coat. So again, this will go on the way I normally do, tack coats, medium coats, and then wet coats. And when I'm done, what I should have is one gloriously shiny casting. Now, as you saw in the concept image of this, I found some really nice Samed wheels that I thought would really look great on this. And I toyed around with the idea of lifting this, but it really didn't need it. And so that actually ended up working out in my favor, because now it was just a simple matter of snapping the axles back into the existing place from the wheels that came on the casting. So I just kind of lined them up and pushed them down with the end of a screwdriver until they snapped back in. And lo and behold, I've got brand new wheels on here that look amazing. So I'm almost ready to put this back together, and I'm really feeling it. I'm really liking the look. But as I fit the fender section piece and the body on here just to kind of get a look, something's missing.
Oh, yeah.
Something is missing. It's the interior. It's just all yellow. It's too much. So I need to do a little bit of work on the interior. Okay, so I put everything else aside and just keep the interior piece, and I've decided that I'm going to paint the seats and the dash like a kind of a sand color, like a tan. I think that ought to look really, really nice with the yellow, and it should just add a little bit of detail that I think was missing to begin with. And not to be forgotten, the body has headlights and taillights, all of which need to be detailed out. And so the first step for that is a little Molotow chrome. So I just squeeze a drop into a little paint tray, and then I can go ahead and start dabbing the Molotow onto the headlights and the taillights and give them a really nice shiny look. All right, everything is dry and detailed and looking choice. And now, for the first time, I'm going to get to put this thing back together and see if it holds up to my vision from the concept photo that I created, because I've got my fingers crossed. If this comes out half as cool as the picture did, it's going to be pretty cool. So anyhow, let's get it together. And just like that, this casting is done. I love it, and I had a great time participating with the Four Horsemen for World Service Day. So here it is. Take a look at it. I hope you love it. All right, there you have it, my Clark County Fire Department. I'm going to call this a desert rescue vehicle, is what I'm going to call this. I love this. I would just flip walking into the fire station to see this rig every day. That would just be so cool. really had a good time, and I'd like to take this opportunity to thank the Four Horsemen for the invitation to be part of their build, the service build. It was really cool. You know, it's been a while since I've done a group build like this, and it was a nice change of pace for me, and I really enjoyed it. And I am grateful to the Four Horsemen for the invitation to be the guest horseman this month. Anyhow, it was a lot of fun, and I hope you loved the video. If you did, please give it a giant thumbs up. Click subscribe, and don't forget to click the notification bell so you never miss one of my videos. As always, if you have any questions or comments, leave them down below. I love to hear from you guys. All right, I hope the rest of your day is full of fun and excitement and really cool and groovy things. Until next time, this is Paul from Fat Guy Productions saying, be good.